King. Sir King. Sir King. Sir King. Canvas. Sir King. Sir King. Sir King. Sir King.
Okay, what's going on, everybody? I hope you guys are having a good weekend. I'm probably going to jump into things real quick, but excuse me. I want to talk about some real world news real quick for my people who delve in the real world. Pretty much, in case you didn't know, Tesla opened Tesla Diner in Hollywood. So I would like for somebody in this area, maybe Lady Snoop or somebody could do something or do, I don't know, just do a visit at the Tesla Diner. Now, they say the Tesla Diner is open 24/7. So there's a lot of people, I guess, who live in California. I know California is a long ass state, but maybe somebody could do, I don't know, a vlog or something with the Tesla diner. I don't know if you have to have a Tesla to dine there, but what I have seen is people with Teslas obviously there. I don't know if you can have another vehicle and pull up and still there, but it's a whole diner where they got food, even a theater from what I saw, stuff like that. So if you live in that area, feel free to share with us what your experience is. The other thing for my stock people, last week was a big week. I told y'all I felt kind of Tesla was going to drop in earnings, and it did. When they started doing releasing diners, and then said they're gonna have a whole nother car, and that was the worst earnings call I ever heard in my damn life. I'm like, these motherfuckers are worth billions, and they put on an earnings call like this. So if you were there, it dropped significantly, but then it went back up. So next week is another big week with Meta, who else? Meta, somebody else. Meta and I don't know, a whole bunch of big companies. Oh, Meta and Apple report next week, a bunch with a whole big other companies. But that's my stop people. Unfortunately, Michael Jamal Warner passed away last week as well. They're still trying to deal with that whole Epstein situation with Trump and stuff. Also, if y'all didn't check that out, did y'all see the whole thing with Jerome Powell and Trump down visiting the Federal Reserve that's getting renovated? Boy, I tell you, I give it to Jerome Powell because he pretty much fact checked Trump on, I guess, international TV. It told because Trump tried to add a whole additional billion to the renovation costs. Yeah. Trump said not, well, Jerome said not today. He took a look at that paper and says, no, you added on a project that was started 5 years ago. So yeah, y'all definitely check that out. All right, we're gonna take a brief commercial break, and I'm gonna get into this whole OG B sector debate because I've been around for ages. I told you I got a channel that's 5 years old, so and I've been around longer than that. All right, we'll be right back.
Sir King. Canvas. Sir King. Sir King. Sir King. Sir King.
All right, we're back. We're here. We're gonna talk about this whole B sector, OG, new G, YG situation right now. What's up, YT Cameras? How you doing? I see VS was giving your praise. I see you ain't doing no commentary about this, and I think that's the best way to be honest, because I think you're not gonna appease many people. I mean, you can say what you want to say, but I just feel like the best way in this situation is to say nothing, especially when you have OGs. Because by VS saying what she said about you today, that kind of, I'm sure, ruffled a lot of people's feathers. and not your fault of your own. You dedicated, you put countless time in, and it's an art to get people to hit your link and to stay there. I mean, not everybody can do that. So, like I said, I think it's best if you don't say nothing at all. But eventually, hopefully, you turn around and do say something because your situation is a unique situation. But I mean, our life is capitalizing on situations, and to feel sorry for yourself, there's no need to sit around and feel sorry because there's a lot of people around here who could have maybe capitalized on the same damn thing, but either they're too lazy, they got a complex life, or they don't have the time. So, yeah. So if it's your time, it's your time, and if you capitalize it, and that's a place. Let me say something. Everybody got an option to not hit a link. Everybody got an option to not subscribe. So if people are coming over there, then that's you. You're doing something right. Okay, you know what I'm saying. So that's what I got to say about that. Southern Nobleman, what's going on? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. CMAC TV, what's going on? Was anything accomplished on Saturday? I didn't watch. I didn't watch, and I'm gonna get into that in a minute. Because people telling me, oh, and she said that she didn't have a beef show, a beef sector show, or something like that. The way it don't matter what your intention was. It's really about the narrative, and the narrative was fun. That she was the one that was going to have the beef sector situation. I mean, the B sector, whatever discussion, OG discussion, and I felt appalled because of all people, you should not. It should not be you. Not that I'm a hater, mind you. Sassy came from. Well, I won't say came from, but she was part of Avatar Nation at one point. Until I had to tell her, no, no, we. You, I think it's disrespectful to be in my house putting butterflies as that is the main logo for us when I was a consultant. So that's how we fell apart. And then people got mad at me, said I was too controlling. No, if you build a motherfucking brand, everything has to be in sync. You don't let people hijack your shit because that's how you sit up there and have nothing at the end of the day trying to be nice. And this is not an area where you can be nice. You really have to be, they call me paranoid. You have to really be on your P's and Q's or you'll be sitting over there with some of your shit that they hijack. You get what I'm saying? But I don't know what happened. I didn't watch. Your pleasure. What's up? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. So let's start off from the very beginning. This whole, I feel they say the B sector evolved from the Kaya and Maddie situation, which it did. Okay, it brought. I remember Jay Dunn when she was over there running around with Michelle, AT, Elliott, and Josh in that white club. Not a white club in terms of people, but the whole decor of the club was white. So that's how long I've kind of known of Jay Dunn. I knew of you know Sean Bradley. I mean, this is say the Scorpion Show pretty much started the whole black movement of vlogging on YouTube. That's what we could all say, right? The Scorpion Show did that. If you don't know who the Scorpion Show is, check them out because they're the pioneers of black YouTube. That's what I can honestly say. Okay. Then everybody started catching on. Then you started having Bonnie Blue, and Forrest Rocks, and James Caldwell fits in that segment too because those were the people who were going live and just making a video. And, you know, Sean Bradley in that too, and I'm sure there's a plethora. I mean, Ashley Miller, Scotty is Scotty. I mean, there's you know what's his name, and Alexander Rogers. So it's a That's how everything started from the basis of Black YouTube. Then you had the Maddie and Kaya situation, which then drove people together, and then you had two factions, and then they fell out, and then that's how you kind of have. They say the B sector because people started going at each other. Okay, now for what I remember, the people who were most prominent out of the whole situation that came out, it was you would have VS, Chopper. You could say to some extent Sean Bradley. That's what I can remember. And then everything got formed as the B sector. What's up, Enjoy Life? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you. What's up with Tanya Jones? Hope you have a pleasant weekend. Lovely Life says, "Hey, Sir K1, if I have for 500 people in my chat, then we talk about me. Keep it real. If I have 500 people in my chat, they will be. Oh yeah, but all numbers ain't good numbers. They would be talking about you. But okay, so then you had that. So okay, so let's just go back to the OGs, right? You got your James Caldwell, you got your Sean Bradley, you had your Gina, Queen of Talks. You had your Nicole Tyler. You could say Jay Wilson's an OG. You had Jay Dunn. You had VS. You had Chopper. You had Lady Nika. Um, what you say, Deanna Irvin. You had what's that lady name? Vonnie Vaughn. You can say Bless Walk. Was Bless Watkins? She wasn't at the very beginning. So you have all these people. And I'm sure I missed some names. Okay, I missed some names. Okay, you have all these people, but let me tell you something. Back then, that was they were more talented. Yeah, you had on site April, and then you had Ask April. Yes, you had Ask April too. You had Five Abe. Okay, you had QB, but QB came after Five Abe. At first, everybody thought QB was a woman with that damn voice. We couldn't find out he was a man. So yeah, so it was a lot of people, but those people had life experience. Those people also, you could say they had a talent, and they didn't mind showcasing their talent, and they used their talent to go at their adversary, right? So it was that is the difference from then and now, primarily, right? Um, but then you had the introduction of doxing, and that changed the game because now people were being brought into situations, or family or past history was being brought into a situation, and I felt that's where you kind of felt the shift. Now they still did the people had talent. They'll roast, they'll make a song, they would dress up as you, they would do a plethora of things to come at you, and not just sit up on a panel and curse you out. That was like, okay, wow, what else can you come with, right? I mean, people actually had props. They actually had dresses. They actually came up and made fun of you or how you look, or whoever else you were associated with. Like we had Kwani, right? I mean, it's just crazy. And then you introduced the Doxon, right? So the avatars really came. I heard somebody say, "Oh, well, the avatars ruin everything." No, the avatars did not ruin a damn thing. If anything, the avatars kind of added a dimension where people felt like they could still voice their concerns but maintain their privacy. Because a lot of people, y'all ruined or limited what people could do because y'all invaded their privacy, right? And a lot of people, are, oh shit, oh hell no to the no no. So then that's how the evolution of the avatars came, right? Let's just be honest. Because look what happened to Sean Bradley when his privacy got invaded. They made that motherfucker look like a vibrant middle-aged man and turned his ass into Uncle Ben. For real, in real time. He went from having all black hair to being all looking like a prune with gray follicles. Because y'all was stressing that man out on the back end, right? Well, look what happened with James Caldwell, calling up there, messing up his babysitting enterprise and making up lies. Y'all did that whole thing to what's her name? The white lady, excuse me, Miss Mullins, sending news to her son that's in the Marines or whatever, or the armed services to derail his career. Right? Jay, what's his name? Got doxed up in the DKL. They sent him there doxing the smoke shack that he live in. Right? I mean, so there was things that people did that y'all ruined the sector. And sometimes people had to sit up here and say, you know what? I'm backing out of this. What's her name over there? Lost, cut off all her hair. D. Ramsey, using her job to dox people at the dealership, from what I heard. Right? So there's been multiple acts of invasion of privacy that's caused the OGs to just say it ain't worth it no more. What's the point? My family being harassed. I'm losing my job. I'm losing my mind and all this stuff. It's crazy. People have just made that decision because no, y'all just feel like okay, I gotta get at my enemy, so I can't get at them. I can't get at them you know, from a comedic standpoint. So let me hurt them. Let me invade their privacy. Let me pull out when they had a legal situation. Let me pull out when they, they did something or they, could they car. I don't know. They got foreclosed on or some other shit that you feel that's going to really get them and stick it to them, right? So that's what I feel changing when that whole doxing situation emerged. To be honest, that's how I honestly feel. It wasn't about no damn avatars, okay? And then now we got these YGs or these YNs coming in who are lazy. Now, let me just say this real quick because a lot of people want to sit up here and throw Brianna and Nika into this whole merge situation. Let me just be honest. Brianna, I remember her specifically saying, yes, she would go to other parts of YouTube, but she would use a different name so as not to bring that over here. Nika, the same thing. I remember vividly one time Nika had a really good live going on. She let Ken come up there and kind of ruin this shit. And at the time, it was like as if this white man, it was crazy. This white man came over, but it was really Beasley. And Beasley, and in our era, where nobody really knew him. And the man says, "Oh, I know you, and you from this area." And Nika put on as if she didn't know that dude. And she's like, "Oh, really? Oh, okay. I'll see. I'm getting out and all this stuff." So I can't really blame. You can't really put that on Nika. You can't really put that on Brianna because they didn't fully openly embrace and open the doors to these new people. And there's people who have strategically networked with other sectors because they motherfucking lazy and don't want to put in the work to grow their own audience. So they go and network with other people in other areas and bring them over here. But when you go over to other areas, they're bringing their ways too. I heard somebody sitting up there talking about, all we did was copyright strike. That's true. But when you bring people in other areas, they didn't bring their way. So now it becomes a harassment and bullying, or they're going looking through combing through the YouTube guidelines to take down your page. So I honestly feel like a lot of laziness is what got us in the predicament that we in. What we seeing is not no epitome of talent. Ain't nobody dressing up. Ain't nobody put on. When the last time somebody sat up here and made fun? Now, okay, so only time you'll get somebody dressed up if it's a booty twerking contest or a Halloween show. That's the only time you gonna get anybody to come out of the normal. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about really going at your enemy and making fun of them by dressing up or impersonating them and coming live doing that. We rarely see that. And that's the epitome of talent. Now, you gonna be like, Sir King, what the hell did you just say? If anybody that's gonna be get the resilience award of the year around here, it's motherfucking Jay Wilson. I gotta. I'm not, and this is not nothing too. I mean, it's really an honor of stupidity, but also, I mean, a award of perseverance, right? Because look at all he been through. His ass is still here, and it's still like no matter how he gets embarrassed professionally and how many jobs he lose, he still ramps up the lives and comes on live for y'all. So I mean, if anybody, OG, new G, that's the one that gets the perseverance YouTube award of lifetime, the lifetime YouTube perseverance award is Jay Wilson. What's up, the Tats? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. What's up, Trinacious? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. What's up, Philly T? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here as well. Um, lovely love. I'm sorry, lovely life says I got flushed a lot of times. You deserved it. And what's up, Queenie? If I didn't say hello to you, but I think I did. What's up, Summer Breeze? How you doing? Good to see. How you doing? Tim is here, but he ain't here. He over in. I mean, he's a what they call him a nomad. He floating around, but also Tim hasn't lost as much as Jay Wilson, and Tim is a convicted felon. No offense, but I mean, Jay Wilson said he got 8 degrees and all 2 Lincolns and all this stuff. So in terms of comparing Tim to Jay Wilson, no. Wilson had more to lose. What's up, Adore? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a marvelous um weekend. So going back to what I was saying about that, it's just like Jay Wilson is, and I mean Jay Wilson's been through the whole career. He'll sing, dance, and all that other stuff that what I'm talking about is missing from our area. To be honest, like it was a whole bunch of people singing and dancing. Look at VS; she had a whole track, in tracks and stuff like that. You had Sean Bradley singing out here, looking like a cone. You know, you got somebody want to say Tim Blaine breaking the eardrums of his dog every time he decided to croon. So those are people who really, what's up, Nessa A? Who really, I feel like Vanessa, whatever name she want to go by, she got that kind of talent and decides to display it when she can. But there's other motherfuckers who over here are vultures, who are lazy, who feel like, okay, my own sector is boring me and my numbers are declining. So what way do I do? I go over outside and try to bring those people over here. And that's what is killing the area. Because those people that they introduce into the area are not doing anything to help us grow. And when we start engaging in battle with, and then what they do, they try to tear us, they try to tear the channel down and everything. That's what I honestly see. Like, what y'all doing? Sit on the panel screaming and yelling? That's not talent. That's not talent. And when they do want to show something, it's against the YouTube guidelines. They want to show a dick. They want to show porn. They want to show breasts. They want to show booty. And that's against the YouTube guidelines, right? I feel ODS has gotten kind of lazy on us too. He used to be more creative. He used to be on that mukbang channel, like somebody said. He used to have nails and all that shit. But the nails component of his lives were something that people I think found somewhat artistic, I guess. But he don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm not coming at ODS. I'm just showing how people have kind of slumped in their game a little bit because it's easy. You can turn it live 20 minutes, go live for a whole hour, and I guess people are satisfied with that this day. But I'm saying the B sector is, it ain't what it used to be, and a lot of people ain't got that kind of that season, that life experience that the OGs had. And then on top of that, I felt like the OGs, they really got to know people, and when they fell out, they fell out because why? They told people stuff that they thought they could trust. Not everybody running around here scared like the boogeyman and just don't know when they're gonna fall out, right? Just like VS threw Jay Dunn. Now I was glad to see that. I was glad VS gave Jay Dunn a piece of her own medicine because Jay Dunn is quick to throw out who she talking with behind the scenes and all that as a little bit of slight sticking to your revenge. And when VS up there said, "Oh yeah, I talk to Jay Dunn all the time," everybody was like, "What? Wait a minute. Oh no, you not." Well, everybody's like, "Oh hell no to the no no." Oh hell no. And she did that as a little get back to get at Sean, right? Because she sat up there and said, "Oh, I bet Sean don't know that I talk to Jay Dunn all the time." And everybody's like, "Ooh, what?" Now she did have some mercy for Jay Dunn and said, "Well, we don't speak about you, Sean." But she was playing mental games and mental warfare with Sean because she knows Sean is paranoid, and she knows that Sean is paranoid of her. So Sean gonna be like, "Oh shit, I can't tell Jada nothing now because she may slip up and tell VS something." So that was a little bit of tinge of in what you could say live mental warfare that we saw going on because I'm sure he saw that. Or we'll get back to him. So you know what I'm saying? It was very interesting. What else came out? Oh, VS. No, you trying to sit up here and get praise to Chopper? Hell no to the no no. You said Chopper don't get his due. VS, anytime that somebody mentioned Chopper name, he started screaming, "Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Stop mentioning my name! Stop mentioning my." No, no. That if you want praise, you're gonna have to stand in it and expect the good, the praise, and the criticism would come with it. Chopper only wants positive commentary about him. And even when you give it to him, he's still crying about how many times people mention his name. So sorry, VS. I don't know if you did that as a morale booster to him, but no, 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 no. I'm sorry. What else? Oh, did I mention about Sassy? No, Sassy. I know some people say that Sassy should have hosted it, or she wanted consideration for hosting it or talking about it. I don't think Sassy should be talking about it or hosting it, to be honest, because I don't think she put in that work. You can't come in and talk about it, talk down on the area. And when she was at YouTube Camera, she was also very highly often condescending about the area and about what she. Oh, I don't watch that. Oh, I ain't got time for that. Oh, those ghetto people. Oh, very, very. So when you say that, you gotta be careful of the words that you say because the words will come back and bite you, right? Now you want to sit up here and I don't know. It just seemed like, and then you disappear. Good for you, you Catholic, and you want to worship the God of the Lord in that way. Okay, but certain things you gotta sit out. You can't have that comeback moment. Be let me sit up here and be the host of the B sector. No, it don't. That just don't. It just don't work that way. And like they said, maybe this may have been a time maybe James Caldwell could have stepped up. But I think James Caldwell is doing a rebranding effort, to be honest, from what I see. And the lies that he do put out, I feel as if he's trying to change his name in the algorithm. And I may be wrong, but that's what I'm sensing, seeing what's going on over there. But he would have been a good person. Oh, it would have been good if Sean Bradley came out of the shadows and maybe hosted something or something like that. So it's I don't know. That's how I feel about that. Anybody else that I would think of? I think Nika maybe would have been a good person, but mm, I don't know. Who else? That's what I can think of right now. To be honest, I don't think nobody from the new school can even think about hosting it. Let me no Pizarro. I think Pizarro need to host another damn thing. Think about the OG because I think Pizarro is the reason that this area has declined. Because I really feel she promotes stupidity and then scammery and all other stuff. Like you really can't take her seriously because she wants to weaponize women empowerment when it benefits her and all that, but then wants to usher in a collective audience of men when it benefits her as well, and then call everybody all male identified. Like maybe Bree could have taken, but Bree is not serious about that stuff now. I don't think because she in La La Land, and I think really Bree, no fit. Well, yeah, I'm gonna say it, offensive. I'll be offensive. Bree, you really are the take the YouTube disappointment award because all the bullshit you came on here talking about how you a bad B, a boss B, all this in the elemental P, and you sit up there and ride and get with a loser? You get with a loser. Bree, you could have done way better than that. I'm going to stay on that 100. Shit, you could have done way better than that, Bree. You got a convicted felon who got 8 kids. That's disappointing, Bree. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know maybe you don't want to. You got tired of waking up and the only thing next to you was a pillow. But like I told you, the one thing you can't get in real life is a human, and that nigga sound like he needs you more than you need him, and I feel Bree, you could have done way better because see Bree, at the end of the day, you gonna have more options than him when you get to be even 50 years old. He has to live off of I don't know the brother, but I don't know him. But based on his virtual persona, he like he needs you to survive, and so do them 8 other kids. And we know when kids get older, they get more bold and they can become more of an issue. And to be honest, them kids ain't your issue because you didn't make them. You making them your issue for the hope and the goal of love. But Bree, you could do way better than that. You could like Bree, like for real. Like I don't know if you like him because of his physique, maybe. I don't even know what the dude look like. But I feel like from the way you talk, you want a man that's got maybe that's built, that's chiseled, and you don't mind if he got a damn prison record. But that's gonna be problematic after a while. And while you living in the reality of a aesthetic dream that you got, he gonna weigh down your finances because there's only so far he can go. Unless he sits up here and becomes the, I don't know, the king of lawnmower of Tampa. I mean, I'm just saying, like, Brie, I just feel like the shit that you talk, you ain't walking it. You came in here and like act like you were a bad bee. That all that you want is a man should lead with his wallet, and all he doing is motherfucking leading with his 8 kids in the lawnmower. Come on, like Bree, it's like I understand you hit the age that you at. You like, damn, I ain't got nobody that love me. And you look around, you like, well, damn, this nigga just got out of jail. Well, maybe he'll love me. He only love you for shelter because you the one that's providing motherfucking stability. Come on, girl, like he only entertaining you because he know where he will be without you, and he don't love you. He child. He putting up an act. He putting up a front for you, girl. And then one day, I just hope when you wake up and see that you still got your youth. I just hope you ain't sitting over there sound like Olivia, old and alone in a motherfucking rocking chair with Jerry curl on your head. Said, "I wish I coulda, woulda," and then them days gone. That's all I'm saying. That you could do better. Lovely one says, "I'm single and fine with it." Yeah, that's the best way to be. Whitney says, "From experience, I can tell you a step parent, grandparent never get their flowers." True. She ain't never gonna get hers because she gonna always be in competition with the biological mother of them kids. They are their first mother. So Lovely one says, "Stop lying to that girl." No, I'm serious. She could get like for real. Like she could get a man. Like somebody say, what somebody say? They single. I'm single and fine with. Sometimes it's better to be single than the heartache. But sometimes people got to go through shit to learn that what they desire is the worst thing for them. So it's sad. So it's sad. It's sad. Mhm. Teddy Tender asks, "Hey, Escape Bazaar and Brianna ruined the sector." In a way, they did. Barry Addison says that was the best she could do. I hate to believe that, Barry Addison. I really do. As a somebody, we don't care about the history of the B Center, but just good content and keep us entertained. Well, that's your mind. That's your one. That's you. But I think a lot of people who've been here do, and they're comparing it from where we've been to where it's going, and to me, it's going to shit. I never would have thought that people over here would find it acceptable for a man to curse at a woman and call them a bitch and all that shit and call it entertaining. Like that didn't happen back in the day. But like I said, these people are from different areas now, so I think that they think it's cool. And let's talk about the play running. Back in the day, and when I was talking about the relationships and how people actually got to know each other, they got to know each other. So when they fell out, we all felt that fell out, right? We all felt that fell out. Like I feel one of the biggest ones was, and it wasn't planned. It wasn't planned. Y'all gotta tell me, Five Babe and Bama Girl. To me, that was like, OMG, are you fucking lying to me? The betrayal of technology is what caused that shit to happen. And that shit was crazy because all they were talking about, oh girl, Bama 5K shit, 5K shit, oh, we gonna get down to 5K shit, we gonna get 5K shit. Then the camera stayed on too long for Bama Girl. And then we saw what Bama Girl looked like, and everybody was like, oh, hell no. So everybody was asking Five Babe, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? And Five Babe said, well, I think you betrayed me. And I was like, but that was originality. It wasn't this fake stuff that we got going on now. Like, it's not. It was just crazy. The whole thing with Bless Walkers and the Mess Express and how VS took that shit from Billie Jean and what's her name? Joyce and whoever and Dazzle Me Vic. And how, she took that shit and go try to sit there and pioneer it, and then VS get mad at Bless Walkers because Bless Walkers got information that it was just like, oh my God, like just stuff you would never see. Like you would never see You would never think VS was come out and just correct. And first of all, you would never think VS would have that much control to have an 80-year-old, and not God bless, we know you ain't 80, but sit up there with a choo 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 hat on, and your ass is older than VS, and she telling you to put a choo 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 hat on, and you do it. You're like, what kind of damn manipulation going on here? Like, what? Blessing over there with a choo 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 hat on. Like, what? What's up, Miss Magnificent? How you doing? And it's just like, it's just that kind of it was just, ooh, child. It was just interesting. It was just a lot that was organic that was going on. The whole Sean Bradley Pepe situation. Who would have thought that? Who would have thought Pepe ran away? Like, first of all, that was wild within itself, yo. That was on the news. Pepe ran away. Like, we like, nah. Anyway, what? Who the first was like? Who the hell is Pepe? We like, is this some kind of Mexican kid? Like, who got saved from the border? Like, what? And then come to find out Pepe was on the news. All the that was wild. Like that, and that's, I'm not happy that happened, but that's what I'm calling organic stuff. I'm not gonna call it entertainment because that was an unfortunate situation, and that's not, I'm not gonna put entertainment, but that's what I'm like. Damn, organic, like, you know what I mean? Like, the boy ran away. Like, what? And it's dealing with somebody on YouTube. Like, wow, and it was on TV. That's insane. But she says, "SK, remember when Bama Girl said she was a mortician?" Yes, she was a mortician. And then she said she gonna take us up in there one day while she embalm her body with her lying ass. Oh Lord. What's up, Hopolina? Oh, I said, how you doing, Hopolina? What's up, Auntie Donna, baby? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here as well. Appreciate you. Teddy Tender Ass says, as much as you did for Lemon, I never thought I would see the day when he turned on you. Let me tell you something, Teddy Tender Ass. I never thought that either. I never thought that either. You know, I still to this day am in complete disbelief. I really am. Like, I really am. And the people in the background know, like, how I really feel about that shit, because I feel nothing but utter betrayal. I really do. And I sit around and I reflect, and I'm like, all you do is sit with my motherfucking enemies. That he sits up there. Oh, I picked up his motherfucking bat. He pisses me off with his motherfucking line. He sits up and says, I took up his battles and they weren't mine. Bitch, that's what you should have done, because this operation was putting money in your pocket. And they were coming at you two trying to ruin what we had going on. I wasn't doing shit to them. I was doing something that was opposite of what they wanted to thrive. But so it's crazy to see somebody who who sat with everybody he sit with, your enemy. I had a whole expo, whatever that was, with Brianna, Tracy. I'm like, bitch, ain't there ain't one person you cool with that I was cool with that you cool? Like, it's just weird. And you gotta think about it. Those conversations, to be that cool with them motherfuckers, you had to be cool with them while you was playing my face. You're not gonna tell me you came all of a sudden cool with them after you left here. No, you were playing in my face, acting cool, but was in the background cool with them. I know how relationships and network go. You're not gonna sit up here and play in my face like that. But I'm just amazed as you, and that's only solidified to me, like, you never how I move. How I moved and how Lemon moving now solidified why I moved every single solitary way I moved. Because I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. I am just mystified at what I see. Because it's the complete opposite of what we stood for. We go around disrespecting women and manipulating shit and lying and blatantly lying and you know, dealing with the 77 deadly sins of life and thinking it's funny and stuff. Like, I hate to see how that path gonna end. But anyway, everything has its course. So, she worked in a bank. Adore says, didn't Fabe say she worked in a bank or investment company? I think she did say she worked in a bank or something like that. But then she also said she owned something like a property or so. She was I don't know, what's a landlord or something. So I don't know. Hopolina says the old school beat sector is legendary always. Yeah, it was just so many like just like, oh my God, like who would have thought that moment? Who would have thought that? You know what I mean? So it was but now it's all plays. All motherfucking plays. It's just play, 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 play. And that's what I hate. That's why I went ballistic on Lemon. When he tried to pull that shit in with Brianna and said, oh, you know what, run play. I was like, motherfucker, I don't know you run no damn place and don't say that shit to me. Because that is what is caused the division between the old and the new B sector. Was like, anybody run no plays like that? And we sure as hell didn't disrespect the people who put money in our pockets, who watched us to sell there and disrespect them and tell them that we ran a play in their face. That is a business destroyer. Who sits up there and says, just lies, say, oh, we lied to, you lied to your audience and then you expect them to reward you after. No, who rewards a liar? Like, no, we don't do that over here. Now, the other sectors may do that, but I think that's the epitome of disrespect when you sit up there and say, "Oh, we like," you know what I mean? So, yeah. Adore says you're going way back. I remember that. Yeah, it's just like it was a lot of stuff. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. So let's see. Teddy, that is heartbreaking. Let's see what y'all saying. Yeah, you're right, Hopolina. Yeah. However, with time change, things change. Yeah, I agree. But Adora, when you say if I had that's but the T, when Fabe did it, a lot of people think that was a play too. Now I just said they were plays, but I don't think Christopher, and that was his name, Chris or whatever, knew because why would he come over there with flowers? We think Fly. Remember that Fly called him over there and then was gonna sit over there and curse him out on live because she was ready with the camera with flowers. Like if you talking to somebody, you coming with a hammer and a flashlight. That's no damn flowers. But yeah, that was very interesting. Adore. I wonder how Chris is doing now. We shall see. All right, let me see. DVD says, "What's up, DVD?" I feel they were even running plays back then, but people just labeled it as scamming. I'm sure they were running some kind of coordination, but it wasn't as in depth as this stuff. Oh no, how can I just say the DVD? I don't think they were as disrespectful to the audience that they were running the play on. Like they ran it between themselves. They didn't run it and broadcast it to everybody, as if like, ha ha, y'all so stupid, y'all fell for it. That's how I feel. All right, let's see what you said. I feel okay. I read that one. If y'all want to, please send a gesture to outside Sir King Crowd. I would appreciate it if y'all did. Uh, I'm having issues with the Avatar mobile, and I know on Monday when I go to that mechanic, child, ooh, baby, honey, I'm leery of asking for assistance because let me be honest. I prefer to ask people publicly now than try to sit up here and ask people personally because that situation that happened with that lady over there who pretended to be your smile on your face. That showed me a lot. Don't think that no, this well, people don't take this the wrong way, but people like to hold that kind of shit over you, and never again will I be caught in a situation. So if you want to send a contribution to the Avatar Nation Fund, because I do bust my ass and I maintain. But this was unforeseen, child. Like I said, I do not want to know what that mechanic bill gonna be on Monday. But anyway, I do want to share that with y'all. Miss Magnificent says some school BS has to run now while still learning to keep the entertainment going. New school, yeah, but it's different. It's different now, Hopolina. It's so different. It's just, it's like I feel like the old school beats that they engage with each other because they actually like something about that person. And I feel this new school, they engaging to set their ass up. That's how I feel. What's up, Miss LA? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. And I feel that's the difference. It's like they waiting for a moment to set a person up and blast them, whereas in the past they actually liked the people and they knew they were those people their competition, but they liked something about them, and they actually had true dialogue. But this one, this new people, they just what child, what child. So Obelina says, however, every certain situation is organic. And then Miss Obelina says, yes, I know it's just different. So I think like you gotta understand, like time moves on. Times are not gonna be the same. Sean Bradley, Lady Nika, VS, Chopper, Bless Watkins, Vonnie Vaughn, Larry Nelson, all those people were at a different were at a certain point in life that can't be duplicated. So they have to move on. And sometimes you gotta think about it. Y'all want things to be the same, but sometimes people, that's not an indication of growth, right? Usually if people grow, they move on, they step away. So them still being here is not an indication of growth, right? You know what I mean? Why? I mean, Wiley is just like, look at the fucking Wiley. Like, sorry to say it like that, but he over here trying to dog us out. He think he on a come up, and that motherfucker almost got his head, almost got killed. Like, so there's different, there's like different levels to this shit, and it seems like over here, more numbers, more problems. To be honest, like for real, more numbers, more problems. Like the more, and then some people love that, aka Limit. He loves drama. He loves drama. I never knew that man loves so much drama until I see the drama he brings onto himself. You know, so there's people that love it, but there's other people who like, I'm getting the hell up out of here. Y'all disrupting my life. And they pull the plug, and so I don't know. It's to each their own. Like there's some people I'm surprised who are still here, aka Jay Wilson. But his love for the coin and the quick coin is, I guess, what keeps him here. Mhm. So I don't. It's very interesting to see. But I think a lot of people who have kids are the ones that move on, and those who don't. I mean, I don't know. It's like you don't want your child to get exposed. You don't want your child to get hurt. Or you don't want to even see the shit that you've been doing on here. You know, imagine just Krista having kids and they see her doing the nasty shit she doing online, stuffing popsicles and bananas down her throat. Your mommy, is this you? Like, some people sometimes I think reflect in the mirror and be like, nah, I need to change course. I think that's what they think. I don't know. What's up, Victoria? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Hopolina says, however, certain situations were very organic in the OB sector. Well, that's what I was saying. But I think, Hopolina, people took time to genuinely get to know each other. Here, now, I think people are sitting up here and waiting to set each other up. And you're going to interact differently. Plus, you got to understand, Hopolina, what we seeing now did not transpire there. So we didn't see the ultimate level of betrayal that we witnessed. You know what I'm saying? It's like an evolution to they, like I said, they didn't see the doxing. Remember I told y'all, I said, listen, I said, y'all better stop what y'all doing. Everybody like, oh, you paranoid. So go to my Avatar Nation channel. I said, y'all need to stop this doxing. This shit gonna become legal. And what happened? Illegal. And what happened? Now we got doxing laws on the books, right? Because they thought they could do that to politicians and then they could get away with it. So it's just, it's time. It's actually time. It's actually time. So that's really what I got to say. I honestly think that, like, to be honest, uppity wouldn't survive in the OB sector because the elder women wouldn't tolerate that crap. The elder women wouldn't tolerate someone who's using their child to magnify their online persona. Right? That's how I feel like they wouldn't that that wouldn't be tolerated. Like, the Vonnie Vaughns and who Vonnie Vaughn used to run around with all the time. But Vonnie Vaughn used to run around and I think some of the older women wouldn't tolerate, just like they told Brianna to fix her motherfucking hair when she came on here looking like Ernie and Bert. They told no, 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 no. A young woman does not look like that, and they told her to correct her hair, and she did. And I think that's what's missing around here, right? So I don't think they would be like the way Uppity runs around. I don't think they would have. Uppity would have made sure like we could not hear her child or something like that. They wouldn't tolerate. I feel they wouldn't tolerate that, to be honest, because it was more older women back then. Now that YN Ludacris looking like on his panel is coming for a lemon spot. You talking about audio pope? Well, that whole audio pope situation. I feel like that audio pope situation really was the Eli MJ situation concerning Lemon. I thought Lemon, from what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, could have thought he could have molded him or whatever with audio pope, and then when he couldn't, and that Queen 88 situation happened, Lemon knew what he was doing to Audio Pope, but that's their own situation. That's their own virtual warfare. I don't know. I stay out of it. Okay, I tell you, I don't watch, so I don't know. But I just hear bits and pieces everywhere, to be honest. So yeah, so that's how I feel about that situation. It's a new day. But if you were to compare today, the old school was definitely way better than the new school. New school not as talented, and like I said, they lazy. They're lazy. As technologically advanced as we are, the new school could be killing it. Could be killing it, making fun of the people, making just various things, but they just lazy. It's like, oh, like somebody said, talk 10 minutes and then invite everybody up. What? That's not. And then y'all pretty much of the time y'all cursing each other out, yelling at each other, and that's that. And they did that back in the day, but it was just like, that's not all they did. That was like maybe a weekly occurrence. Now that shit is like a tri-day occurrence, meaning that it happened 3 times a day. Sometimes on the same damn channel. So I don't know. State of Being says yes, they ruined the sector with a lot of the plays and accepting widows like Shaquille. Yeah. Shaquille, you stole my whole motherfucking format, and I mean, and I that motherfucker stole my. Somebody told me, somebody came over here and told me, yo, they stole your format, Sir Kane. I'm like, nah, they ain't stole my format. I'm sure, like with technology, things may seem, innocently coincidental, but that motherfucker stole my shit. Like I remember how he came on here, this bitch, and it was nothing like that. And now he done took some of my clips and I was like, what? But whatever. If you needed to do what you needed to do to grow your channel, go ahead, do what you gotta do. But I'm like, damn, like, ooh, really? But anyway, so that's what I gotta say. Hold on one second. So that's all I really got to say. To be honest, I don't really have anything else really to add more to that. Yeah, I just don't. I don't know where we're gonna go. I honestly feel that the play running and then throwing it into people's faces really hurt the sector. I think the incessant scamming led by Pizarro main one it's hurt the sector too because I think people would genuinely give, but when you sit up there and laugh in their face about things like hurricanes and shit like that, like people like what, like that I think you have to be very careful with doing that because there may come a time when you really do need something and they're going to remember that one time and not decide to give. But, also you got to remember people get older, people are advancing in life, and sometimes people move on. Sometimes people move on. But that's all I can say. I'm going to drop my link real quick in case somebody wants to come up and share their sentiments. But that's pretty much it. I mean, You gotta be your creator of your own domain. And a lot of people are thinking that numbers equate to success, but to be honest, they really equate to a lot of stress and heartache and stuff like that because you got to deal with so much shit, you know. So, mm, but that's how I feel. If y'all want to, please feel free to send a gesture, $ Star King Crowd. Be tremendously appreciated. What I've decided to do, sorry, this is just me being an entrepreneur, and I'm adjusting to the times. Okay, I'm adjusting to the times, and the way I'm doing things right now, I've got to adjust to the times, and things like that. So, because I'm really like really I'm balancing time on YouTube, time in real life, and stuff like that. I give you a lot of good real world content. So what I decided I'm gonna do is that like for people who give me a cash app, I'm debating between the number right now. If they give me a cash app or something over $15 or $20 or something, no, I'm gonna say 20 because I put my intellectual property in it. If people give me send me a cash app for support, I'm going to make them a thumbnail. So I'm gonna make them a thumbnail, and they can decide to use that outside of work, and I'll put it on my community wall and stuff like that. So that's one venture that I thought that because I feel like a lot of times, let me just share this. A lot of time people give $50, $75, whatever, $100, $20, $10, whatever, super chat, cash app, and all they get is a thank you. And a lot of times people make, whatever your discipline is or your job is, it may take you an hour just to make that. So for somebody to not even acknowledge you or just to say thank you when it took you 60 minutes and they only give you 5 seconds of recognition, I always, y'all, if y'all been around, I've never been a great proponent of that. And I'm like, damn, to encourage people to want to give, I'll make them a thumbnail or whatever, a picture, and I'll post it on my community wall for the gesture that they made towards the program. So that's what I'll do. And then, like I say, if you want me to send it to you directly, I will. And then you can post it at your house. You can post it at your job. I don't know. You can make it as your thumbnail if you want to, because it's yours. You pretty much paid for it. So that's the entrepreneurial idea that I'm thinking. No, I'm not thinking. I am going to do it. So if you send, and I said it'll be over 20. If you send it over 20, then I'll send you a picture or something, um, representative of you. So or whatever you want to. Well, usually I'm thinking it'll be your name, like your like let's say Philly T or something. I'll make something like that. If you want something extra, I'll try to incorporate that in that. So that's what I'm thinking. Like I said, I try to get back to those who give to me. And like I said, I got a Avatar Nation bill that's probably gonna be due Monday, child. I don't want to see that bill, but that's what I'm gonna try to do. Other than that, that's about it. It ain't too much going on. What's up, Dr. Creole? There ain't too much else going on. Jay Wilson is in Boston or something for whatever reason. I don't care. Um, and then what was this I was going to talk about? That's about it, really. That's about it. That's all I really got to say. So those are my sentiments about what's going on. I think we're in a new day. It's unfortunate that the YNs are not as creative as the OGs, and that's all I can say. I wish the OGs would still be present, but I totally understand how the invasion of privacy can interfere with your life goals. And at the end of the day, YT is not a loyal motherfucker. And YT don't give you no 401k, and YT don't provide you with no health care. So only a buffoon will sit up here and dedicate all their time to something that's disloyal. Because at the end of the day, especially if we already in a motherfucking recession. I don't know what the hell they're waiting on. But at the end of the day, when YT decides to change their monetization policy and procedure in terms of what they give back, what you gonna do? Right? So for people to sit up here and be on this thing all day as a full time job and they still have their youth, it's the stupidest thing ever. Because when the things change, what you gonna do? When the audience goes away, what you gonna do? When there's a big bad mofo that comes over here and everybody loves them, what you gonna do? Right? I tell them don't get used to that YouTube money. Don't base your lifestyle on that because you don't know your page may be gone for some technical snafu. They ain't got nothing with nobody's striking your page. Like I tried to get on somebody's live the other day to watch it, and they kept having the issue. I'm like, damn, that messed them up right there because they lost views that they may would have gotten because of some glitch or no fault of their own. So that's all I gotta say. Continue to be entrepreneurial because I don't know what the hell's gonna go on in this world. They're pushing automation so quickly, so fast, and they're not giving a damn about the people they affecting. So it's kind of scary. But one good thing was what happened. Um, so at the Tesla diner in Hollywood, California, they opened a Tesla diner that's 24 hours. Y'all can check it out. They said they had to use the robot to serve the popcorn. And somebody says, "Well, why is it only serving popcorn?" Well, they were saying because with these humanoids, when they have to do repetitive motions like lifting stuff, it creates a lot of heat friction that causes it to potentially catch on fire or malfunction. So that's a good thing. Maybe you could say about taking jobs that we as humans, really don't have that ability. We need water, but God was the Almighty inventor, right? Imagine how many times we can pick up something and our joints don't wear it out instantly like a robot. They're trying to figure that out. So we shall see. What's up, Random Crafter Gamer? How you doing? Long time no see. I hope you're doing well. So with that being said, that's about it, y'all. Sorry, Random, you coming in as we're concluding the situation to catch you up. We're talking about the old school versus the new, well, OGs versus the new school and how it's different and all that other stuff. So I'm sure you'll hear some commentary, which will pretty much dominate the weekend, all about that. So that's all I really got to say. So with that being said, I'm out of here. Y'all take care. Remember to change the scene of the world. Thank y'all for being an engaging audience. And I will talk to y'all soon. I don't know if I can't sleep. I may come back later. If not, I'll try to talk to y'all tomorrow. Okay. All right. Take care, y'all. And I just want to say this. I'm so glad I was able to experience the old school B sector. You know, that's what I wanted. I just was thankful I was able to experience that, to be honest. I really do. So what you say really says I saw a video on robot crash out today. I don't know. Was it the one that was trying to dance? They had something over there in China, and it was trying to dance to boots on the ground or something like that. And it started acting all, and I think it spazzed out. It fell down. It looked like Honest Roll a little bit. But anyway, so um, I just hope that these things don't turn out to be interdependent, whatever you want to call them, learn to be dependent, and then change the code on the people that wrote the code and sit up there and sabotage our life system. But you keep playing with fire, man, it's gonna burn. I feel like they keep playing with stuff that they don't need to do. That's the problem that I'm having with this whole AI shit. It's like y'all doing stuff y'all don't need to do. Like, oh yeah, by the time 2025 comes, there's gonna be 20% unemployment. Oh well. What you mean? Oh well. So yeah, it's interesting. The state of being says the one they said dance like Chris Brown. I ain't seen that one yet. I ain't seen that one yet. But anyway. All right, y'all. Y'all take care. Have a good one. If you want to, please send a gesture down sign Arcade Crowd. And like I said, I'll hook y'all up with a little thumbnail, something like I did for somebody else before. All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all. See y'all later. Ooh, child. And beware of these new school fools, child. They think they doing it. Okay? Bye, y'all.
Just like the owl comes out at night, my coochie comes out late at night. Night out, night out, night out.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now, while we looking at a dragon looking like, how the hell dragon gonna get on live and people gonna pay her to go to the emergency room? I know this is a days old story, but how the hell is like dragons? So apparently a car hit her or something, and then the people are convincing her to go to the hospital, so they paid her to go to the hospital. But you know what? I said she ain't going to the damn hospital because then she gonna have to give an account of what happened, and she may wind up back in jail. Child, y'all better stop with these. Like what? Like anyway, I want to take a moment and say, Rennie, thank you so much for your contribution. I appreciate you. You know, we get praise over here for those who support the platform. So thank you so much. I appreciate your generosity. Thank you so much. Who knows?
Somebody ought to praise him in here.
So thank you so much, Rennie, for your gesture. Oh, Vibrant Law. Hello, I didn't see you moderator of the year. How your friend doing? Also, back in the day, we had S. Hutchinson doing her best Michael Myers impression, chasing somebody with a damn knife. Y'all, that's what I'm talking about. Organic. I don't think that was a play, y'all. She running around with a knife like Michael Myers chasing somebody, and they had the footage of child. Who would have ever thought that? Like, see, that's what I'm talking about. That wasn't no stage. That was actually truthful. Also, I want to say thank you to Adore for her adorable self. I appreciate your gesture as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Just want to take a moment to say thank you also.
Somebody ought to praise him in here.
Mm, mm, mm. All right, y'all. Y'all take care. Have a great one. Thank you once again. Bye, y'all.